Good morning. I am Sharonda Taylor, and I am presenting to you a public service announcement. In this public service announcement, I will be addressing the issues of education on younger children, and my issue is low undereducated parents who have no education or very low education, and they have a less sense of direction of how to educate their children. I say this is an issue because going into these poverty-stricken daycares, facilities where children are supposed to be educated, that's fine, but education starts at the house, in your home, educating your children, letting them know how important education is. And I can understand, the society, they claim black people as most of all degrading to us. They don't really give us many props, especially in this society with the new president. It's been so much going on, and I can understand the strain and the disbelief that black people will be somewhere. But you have to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to start educating our young children at a young age, because if they don't get it at home, then they're going to look to other places to get love, education, knowledge from elsewhere. And most of all, some of them go to the streets. And just from researching and doing my research for Durham, North Carolina, there are over 20,000 African Americans that are living in poverty, mostly males, single mothers, African American mothers. Most of them don't have education, and we are the lowest among most of the races to have low education and not even a bachelor's degree. And this is in Durham, North Carolina. There is a low percentage of African Americans who don't have a bachelor's degree. With so much going on in this world and everything that's going on in the media, it's it can be very stressful watching the news and the media and watch them degrade black people. But at the same time, it's time for black people to wake up. It's time for black people to realize that they can no longer take the foolishness of the world to be calling them things which they're not. We were made for much more than being in poverty. We were made for much more than called low-class citizens living in low-income neighborhoods. It's so much more to do in life than to be worried about and stressed over how to make it to the next. And it's time to take action. It's time to be about it now. It's time to see that the world is going to criticize you. That's what's going to happen. So many people get criticized, but it's also so many people who are taking a stand to show that they are not made of this world, that the world does not define them. And I believe that in so much more, we can offer our children so much more than showing them a bottle of alcohol, a parent stressed drinking a bottle of alcohol, a parent stressed smoking. Because what are they going to do? They're going to grow up and see these things. And not only that, they learn in the centers, in the child care facilities. But what are you doing at home to make sure that your child is continuing this education? And I say it's an issue because they don't have the education once they get home. During the summer break, they don't learn anything because their parents are not into teaching them. And the education they just forget. They don't know. And then, they get punished. Most kids get punished when they don't know anything. And it's because of a stressed out parent who doesn't really know much themselves. So as for my public service announcement, I want to raise awareness about how important education is. And a parent not having education is an issue. It's an issue because they don't know anything and they don't understand the importance of education. And just looking through the readings of the textbooks for this course, I am finding so much more, to this issue that I was unaware of, because It reads that because of limited education and low social status, many lower SES parents feel a sense of powerless and lack of influence in their relationships beyond the home. Higher SES families depend less on their immediate surroundings for social support, education, and leisure pursuits. That's very, very hard to swallow. As a mother, I wouldn't want to show my child powerless, that I'm powerless. I would want to show my child that, hey, we are made of something. We are someone. We can depend on each other. You don't have to always look to others. If you just find that sense of pride, just have a sense of, okay, I can be successful. Just find a small sense of success in yourself and just go after it. Something that you want to be. Show your children that you want to be educated. Show your children how important education is. And depending on things other than your social support system and going to surroundings outside of your support system. I know it's so many people who don't have a stable support system. That's why you have to learn how to support yourself. It's so much that you can go through, but it's also so much in you that you have to pull out to show yourself, I am someone. I am capable of someone. When your children go to these centers, and as young as they are, it's so sad to see a child who doesn't know who they are. It's so sad to see a child struggling because their parents are struggling with education. And they just don't understand. The parents get upset at the child, but it's not the child's fault. It's time to wake up. It is time to wake up. It's time to show these children that we're made much more than what we are made, that we're said to be. I've seen in centers where the child comes to school, they don't look very clean. They don't have, anything nice on. They don't have a clean face, and the parent is, fussing and upset and raging about this or that and the other. But they don't understand that a lot of things begin at home. A lot of things start at home. If you are ready for a future, if you are ready to show your child what a stable, successful life is, start with yourself. Find that self-esteem. Find that courage to keep going. Find that courage. I believe that if you see a problem with yourself, go ahead and attack that problem head on. Go ahead and begin it right then and there. Don't ever think of yourself as low or less than. People may see you as that, but you have to learn how to prove them wrong. Don't teach your children what people are criticizing you of being. Show your child otherwise. Start by going ahead and researching, or even finding places that can help you to drive towards a high school diploma or GED. Once you have that set in stone, it can only go up. You can go to college then. You can get, the additional information that you need in order to research what you need to do after a high school diploma or GED. It's so many other pathways than just going to the streets and showing your child these streets. It's so much more to it. When a child doesn't know how to read or know how to write early, and they are way beyond the age that children are supposed to read and write, that's a very difficult issue, because that's really saying that nothing is being done at home. I've seen teachers frustrated because children come to school and they haven't had homework done. They haven't had a parent to try to do anything with them at home. It's very, very difficult, and it's a tough pill to swallow to see a race just as beautiful as we are to go through something so difficult and so hard when it all starts in yourself. It's nobody else's fault. It all starts in yourself. Prove people wrong. Prove society wrong. Let's help one another. Love one another. Stop hurting one another. Show your children that education is important. And that's all I want to talk to you about this public service announcement. Have a great day.